Um, as an effective data visualization is where the narrative successfully communication the masses organization wants to get target audience. So achieving the virtual design must be appealing and strategic. The messaging must be designed around the kind of audience, and the dashboard must be interactive to engage the audience. So finally, my verdict is the interactive data visualization helps to identify trends faster and more effectively. So yeah, interactive is one of the other aspect of data visualization narrative. Uh, yeah, if you go everywhere, like seeing a data, even from hoarding board to any college project, so there are some interactive, buying or displaying a size or giving a effects of lights or the place they displaying or the time and the venue, everything that impact with the visualization. So initially I would say interactive engagements are also one of the uh, most important, because the choice of the best interactive data visualization tools depends on the data available and the organization goals. Some tools that are used to interactive are maybe brush, paper, painting, and scaling, and uh, linking, or maybe websites, stuff like that. The availability of the data should be sufficient. Accessible of all data should be such that the comprehensive, and the interactivity should such in the provides access to meaningful and actionable insights. Yeah, these are some points that are mentioned about interactive engagement. And the other slide is about the best practice of data visualizations. This is the other part of my topic. So the main goal of the data visualization is to elect actions. So taking action from the decision makers, it is targeted. Yeah, I already mentioned about the targeted audience, the way the data has to be implemented, or what the purpose of the data to display, and who are the people who really need the information from that data. So so that they are generally attractive and tell you exact what one needs to know without strangling the multitude of the members. So, however, presenting the data effectively is a balancing act between form and functioning, so that the graphs are both appealing to look at and informative. Some of the best practice for data visualization have been a part of the data visualization, uh, should be audience specific. Mm, uh, so depending on the kind of presentation and the message that the company is trying, organization is trying to send, it would be helpful to design the visualization to a specific set of audience. Uh, Therefore, the presentation should consider the actual decision maker and the frequency of the decision making. The data vision should align with the frequency on the decision making. Since the main goal of the data visualization is to elect a action from the decision making is targeted. It's not about targeted. There is a visual indicators, and the functional indicators are included for the actionable content. The part of the data visualization practice, the second one is the right visual for the purpose. Yes, no, the the matter of the light or the time of the presentation are one of the core uh, component, or I would say more importance for the visualization. So the right purpose is that it should be presented in the ways the audience understands best and can act upon it. Let's say, for example, if you want to give a red color instead of the uh, blue one, that will impact on different understanding. So people in general think red is a negative. If you give the same value with the blue color, people will divert their thinking on different ways. So the information will transfer in the negative value. So generally, I would say data should be present in a way that the audience understand best and can act upon it. For example, the other example we can say line chart shows the relationship between two variables and track trend. So when communication, how trends have been changing over time and what needs to be response to current challenges. Line charts are the best methods for the data visualization. So maybe this can be done in the chart or pie scatter, but this won't be that clear as a line visualizations. In addition, area charts show many in the relationship between two variables. Bar chart to compare qualities of two categories. Scatter plot to reveal a correlation between two values. Pie chart for easy comparison between multiple values. Tree maps for comparison proportion between categories, and so on. The right kind of the data visualization need to be chosen depending on the kind of data to present for the audience the message is being communicated. So this is also the part where you want to display and what you want to display for according to the audience requirement and the the purpose of your data visualization. And the other part is context to earn trust and actions. Uh, yeah, I mean, to create the action, the expert needs to compare predictions with the tangible goal, like a benchmark. Presentation metrics for the comparison will help the specific audience understanding the number in the dashboard better. The more context, the easier it is to understand the necessary actions. Uh, Similarly, in some case, the machines will make the prediction, but in others, the expert's experience are required. It's not about the tools that will give you the right results, but there need to be expertise who wants to give you the right information on the right place with the right time. So these expertise rules are very important for the contest to earn trust and action. So it's not about the technology we are dependent on and the value we have to emphasize for to give a right result. Yeah, data visualization should be so simple that even a lay person can understand the message being communicated. It doesn't mean like the all people has to be learned, but yeah, definitely the field or the interest of the areas what the domain is required for. So you have to give it the right information with the right visual impact on the same domain. I already told that the the value of the design, the purpose of the visual impact, and the audience specific. Yeah, the same as the context to learn trust and action as well. So the context in the sense what value of data, what information you are doing, giving to the such group of audience or people. Now, the final one is where the visualization should be simple and easy to understand. Mm, uh, the data visualization should be given maximum impact with the minimum information and appeal enough for the audience to know more. The data should tell stories and keep the audience engaged. Um, Data visualization giving a maximum impact, that means data should tell a story and keep the audience engagement a little bit. There should be designed so that the audience can take it more information as required and use the data for information actions. So uh, it's not about the visualization and this display. It's about to giving information for the betterment to learn to get action for that result um, to the same domain. or the data vision should be used in sim mm, that okay, so that should be designed uh, d- to get audience to more knowledge. Okay, I'll jump in the three